Alright, I'm about to make lunch. I've just gotten through a whole half day of cleaning out unnecessary volumes from my library, and I figured I may as well just do one more of these videos for your amusement. So this is one last book unhaul. This is what, part 6 or 7? I don't know anymore. But as I said, these are books that I'm unhauling from the library, for space constraint reasons, maybe because I already have said books, I have better editions of said books, I'm going to upgrade these books, they're all underlined and annotated all to hell, or they're just so utterly broken that I just don't want them anymore, or even I don't see myself reading them anytime soon, so that's why I'm going to get rid of them. Now, I have a small collection of books here. So I'll start off with the bin books first. I have 3 bin books here. First one is Boy, Tales of Childhood by Roald Dahl. I got this obviously for 50 cents at a rummage sale many years ago, but you can see there it's pretty... it's seen better days. It's seen far better days. So I'm going to toss that straight in the bin once I'm done with all of this nonsense. Next here is Of Human Bondage by W. Somerset Maugham, whose novels are wonderful but whose short stories are perfectly atrocious. This is just falling to bits. The cover you can see there and such, and just bits are falling off there. And it's not the greatest. It's an old copy. It's not the greatest condition. I'll have to upgrade. So that's the reason why that's going in the bin. I really hate the fact that I did this. I was moving around books in my library. I was in the H section, and the H section, you'll see it, but by the time you actually see this tour, it might even be moved to someplace else. But the H section right now, or section, if I can learn how to speak proper English, has no bookend. It's basically that shelf against the wall that's also against the frame of the window. So there's no bookend there. And really, if you just have enough books there, you could kind of just wedge one up against the frame of the window and sort of make that your bookend. And it works all right. It's not perfect, but it works all right. And I did that for many months, and that seemed not to have any problems there until today. I was moving around books. I had this book, The Big Knockover by Dashiell Hammett, at the front. And this is already kind of worn there of the congregation. And then all of a sudden I heard something fall, and this book was in very good condition, but all of a sudden I just had to go and do that. I cursed this book as soon as that happened. I really did. I was just so angry with myself, so cross, that I can't believe I did that. It's going straight in the bin. Okay, only one annotated book. That is A Doll's House by Heinrich Ibsen. I had to read this play for school, and you can see this isn't my copy. I actually had to check it out of the library, but you can see it's highlighted and annotated just copiously. So that is gone there. And then, okay, here are all the books I'm going to donate to the bookshop. And I guess I'll show them to you now. So first here is Out of Africa and the Shadows on the Grass by Isaac Dinesen. I already have Out of Africa. I don't have Shadows on the Grass, but I could easily get a standalone copy of this, so I really don't see a point in having this, so someone else can enjoy that. Got here a book I had to read for school way back when, The Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini. I did not care for this book at all whatsoever. I didn't think it to be all that great. It was okay, but really it wasn't that earth-shaking at all. I'll probably never read this again. But yeah, someone else can enjoy it. I did get this for free, so at least I'll be making back some profit, but yeah, someone else can enjoy that book if they so desire. A couple of Hemingways here. We have In Our Time and The Snows of Kilimanjaro in Other Stories. I have the complete short stories of Hemingway, so I don't really need these. So they can go to the bookshop. This is an interesting book, to say the least. I can't really see why I would want to keep this. But it's The Nature of the Universe by Fred Hoyle. It's a mentor book. It is coming apart there in the middle, but if you be careful, I suppose it'd be all right. But I don't know. I don't understand why I kept this book. I've never read it. Probably never will. But someone will, I'm sure. This collection of stories here. Eerie Tales of Terror and Dread by Bernhardt J. Herwood. These were basically like weird tales, but not really. They were all right. They weren't anything particularly striking, whatever. They were no Lovecraft. They were just kind of middle of the road. And I don't really see a point in keeping this small volume in my library at all, so let's go in there. Obviously, as you know, I talked about this book before in another book haul and how I checked out from the library, if I can get it here, the Coming of Conan, the Sumerian, The True Works by Robert E. Howard. I bought this originally thinking it was by Robert E. Howard, but apparently it's not. This is Conan the Avenger by, well, it says Robert E. Howard there, but it's also by Bjorn Nyberg and L. Sprague de Camp. And Robert E. Howard doesn't even write like the main story. He writes like the little thing back there. There's no point in me keeping this if it's not the real Conan, so someone else can enjoy it if they so desire. Okay, last book here. Oh, it so pains me to get rid of this book, because this was my first copy that I ever had of this particular author's work, but alas, I could not. The way my library is now, this is an L book, and the shelf in which I had to fit this particular book does not accommodate for the sheer size of it. The shelf in question is 9 inches tall. And this book, if I measure it here, I just measured it. This book here, it is that height. It is 9.5 inches, actually, 9.5 inches. But it really doesn't fit at all. And it just pains me to get rid of this, because this is my first ever, as I said, copy of this author's work. But at the same time, it's not the definitive edition that I want of this author's work, and that is Necronomicon, The Best Weird Tales of H.P. Lovecraft. Yes, this is my first Lovecraft. I read most of these stories, at least all the famous ones. See, it's got a nice map there of Arkham. It'd be a shame to get rid of this. It really would be, but alas, it doesn't fit in my library, and I'm looking to get a complete works of Lovecraft. Ahab, if you know of any complete works of Lovecraft that's maybe 9 inches or shorter, that's maybe about the size of your average paperback, do let me know, because that is what I need in order that I might be able to have that book there on the same shelf. Because otherwise, if not, I might have to get rid of this one and just not have any Lovecraft in my library. I do have one edition of some of his select stories, but it's nowhere near as comprehensive as this. I am trying to get, as I said, a complete Lovecraft. I was settling on the Barnes & Noble bonded leather edition, but even that, I have those editions. I have the Sherlock Holmes one, and even that doesn't fit in these shelves here. So I need to get one that will be able to fit in that shelf and will also be basically everything that Lovecraft has ever written. So Ahab, do let me know if you do know of an edition of Lovecraft that is complete. I just spit on the book. That is complete and is 9 inches high or less. Do let me know, because I'm going to have to get rid of this one. And it pains me because it's first Lovecraft volume. But hey, not many people nowadays read Lovecraft, and I figured, I'd do some good. It is worn just a bit because of this material that it's bound in. I tried putting Sharpie over it, didn't work too well, but it's alright. I figured I may as well give more Lovecraft to the world and perhaps introduce some people to what true horror fiction is. So that's that. Anyhow, that's it. That is the final book Unhaul for the day, hopefully, unless I find something else. I hope you enjoyed it and got an idea as to what types of literature I do very much like. And also, again, Ahab, do let me know about the Lovecraft thing, and if there are any comprehensive, complete editions that are small and compact and will be able to easily fit within a 9-inch shelf. Thank you very much, and we will see you next time. Cheers.